Welcome to Sleep Tight Frights, the place where bedtime stories don't always end sweetly. I'm Evergrey, your storyteller in the shadows. Each tale is a little strange, a little spooky, and just creepy enough to keep you peeking over the covers. So settle in, close your eyes, but don't fall asleep just yet. Welcome to Sleep Tight Frights, where bedtime gets a little spooky. Tonight's story takes us to a quiet studio where an artist paints beauty onto bones, but never finishes the eyes, because she knows what happens when she does. This is The Eyes She Never Painted. In a town with more trees than houses and more silence than traffic, there lived a woman named Heidi Moon. She didn't paint sunsets or flowers or portraits. She painted skulls. Not scary ones, not ugly, beautiful ones. Skulls of animals she found in the forest, clean and bleached by time. She painted swirling forests on fox skulls, northern lights on deer antlers, storm clouds on the side of mountain lion jaws. Every piece has its own teeny universe, and yet she never painted the eyes, not even a dot. People asked why. Wouldn't it look more real with the eyes finished? She always gave the same answer. That's the problem. Once a year, Heidi brought her work to the Whispering Pines Art Fair, a weekend event full of music, wandering cats, and homemade things. She set up her tent, laid out velvet cloths, placed the skulls gently on little wooden shelves. Kids wandered in, some were scared, most were amazed. A raccoon skull painted with stars, an owl beak with silver moons along the curve, a bear jaw lined with glowing mushrooms, but always blank eye sockets. Then came a man, older, nervous hands. He picked up a fox skull. "This one's missing something," he said. Heidi's smile tightened. "No, it's holding something back." He didn't get it. People rarely did. He bought the fox anyways. The man didn't mean any harm, but when he got home, he decided to fix it. Just one little brush stroke, a brown circle in the left eye socket, a small dot to make it look real. Then he hung it over his fireplace. That night, the air in his house grew warm, not like summer, not like a heater, like breath. He woke up with the sound of something soft and quick padding through the hall, claws on hardwood. The skull was still hanging, but the shadows behind the glass doors of the fireplace moved and stared. Soon, Heidi began getting strange messages. A woman at a craft fair said a deer skull she bought leapt off her wall and landed upright. A boy said his wolf skull growled when he walked past the shelf it sat on. A gallery curator said one of the skulls turned to face the window when it started snowing. Each time, Heidi asked the same question. "Did you paint the eyes each time?" The answer was yes. The biggest event of the year was coming, the Midnight Art Crawl, a citywide, one-night-only showcase where artists from all over showed their work after dark. It was Heidi's first time attending. She brought her most detailed pieces, an elk skull with an entire forest painted across the antlers, a panther jaw with golden beetles and thorned vines. She set them on white pedestals. She turned, she adjusted a light, and that's when she heard it. Click. A girl, maybe 10, holding a teeny travel brush, leaning over the crow skull. She'd painted an eye, just one, and the socket shimmered. It began with wind, indoors, a cold rush through the gallery, lifting loose paper and coats. The lights flickered, the windows fogged, and then the sound of hooves, wings, paws, not loud, not crashing, curious, careful, crawling, every skull turned, some on tables, some still hanging, and where the eyes were painted, something stared back. Shadows stepped through light, figures made of air and heat, animals that didn't belong to any zoo or forest, just bones and memory coming home. The girl stepped back, trembling. Did I make it mad? She asked. Heidi kneeled beside her. No, she whispered. You woke it up. The fire horse skull, the one she'd never shown before, began to glow. It had no eyes, but inside, something waited. The girl held the brush, hand shaking. Should I finish it? She asked. Heidi thought and smiled sadly. Only if you're ready to ride it. Some say art brings things to life, but some creations bring themselves back. So if you ever see a skull staring from a shelf and wonder what it's missing, don't give it eyes unless you're ready for it to look back. Thank you for listening to Sleep Tight Frights. Until next time. Thank you for listening to Sleep Tight Frights. It means more than you know, to us and to the things that listen back. I'm Ever Gray, your guide through the shadows, and if you felt something was watching as the story unfolded, you're not alone. They remember the ones who listen, they wait for the ones who return. So come back soon. Sleep tight if you can.